He had a feeling, he said. A feeling she'd agree. And he was right. Jenny sold up and came in. 50-50 deal. Less than 2 years later, we were the biggest independent fish in the pond. And that was when the trouble started.
Trouble?
Yeah. Magnus's games. They were getting so bloody complex you needed a PhD to understand the rules, let alone play them. Jenny tried to get him going on computer games. That was all just getting going then. But he hated it. Nothing to do with magic, dear boy. And this was the result. Sorcerer Mark II. Sheer bloody lunacy. We were that close to going under, for good.
What did you do?
What was best for the company, of course. Brought in the money men. Grey Suits Incorporated. Had to give them majority control, in theory at least. I had it all in hand. Cheer up, will you? It's all over by the signatures on the cheque.
You should have told Magnus.
Haven't seen him to tell him. He decides to disappear for weeks on end to lick his wounds. It's up to him. If you hadn't sided with him on the update of that game, we wouldn't have to do this anyway.
And how did Magnus fit in with all this?
He didn't. He was out of time. It wasn't the age of Aquarius any longer, but he didn't want to know that. He was a liability.
So what happened?
Told you. He went nuts. Magnus. Stop it. Look. Come on.
I don't think you need to go looking for the next clue. I think it's found you.
Did you just switch that on?
No.
Good afternoon. So glad you could drop in. I'm afraid it's my secretary's lunch hour, otherwise I could offer you coffee or something. Still, should we make a start?
So, what's the proposition you want to make?
Join me.
In what? Some private vendetta against Sorcerer?
Sorcerer is incidental. The target is Nicholas.
Just because he got rid of you when you weren't any more used to him? Don't waste your paranoia. Nick treats everyone like that.
I'm stuck. I can't do it.
But you're doing so well. If you won't take my advice, you can't expect my help.
Can't I?
Your company's going down the drain. Your ex-wife's been kidnapped, but you just go on solving the clues and playing the game. You're doing fine.
Dear Jenny's up to her neck in this. She always was, so don't worry about her. And if you're not going to help me, then just get out of the way!
Fair enough.
He's a lunatic! He wants things to be the way they were. He wants me to admit I can't do without him, his dear boy. Well, I'm not a boy any longer. Not his, not anyone's. And the only way I can give him the lesson he bloody well deserves is to beat him. Every time, every game.
It's making you worse, not better.
Frankly, I'm not convinced that you could run Sorcerer any better than Nicholas does. And this whole plan to destabilize the company, to be honest, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Not to mention illegal. Robbing Sorcerer of a couple of million quid, that's taking deregulation to something of an extreme, don't you think? Even in today's enterprise culture.
Nonsense. It happens all the time.
There's a difference between outright theft and classified policy on fiscal transfer.
Excellent, Tom. Exactly what I need in a managing director.
Thanks. But no thanks. Don't bother to walk me to the door.
Give my regards to your next appointment.
Eight of the 8, 18.